Welcome to another edition of the 414. I'm Amelia Jones.
And I'm Nicholas Delivre.
For the first time in history, the women's basketball team is Big East tournament champions.
The Golden Eagles upset the #1 seed DePaul to win their first ever Big East title. Marquette has now secured a spot in the NCAA tournament. Maggie Lamore will have post-game reactions coming up later in sports.
There's a new resident on Marquette's campus, and it's got people on edge. But as I found out, it's definitely not a welcome guest. A new resident found its way to campus last month, and its reputation is spreading.
Dangerous, I guess.
Mysterious.
Contagious.
If you haven't met them yet, consider yourself lucky. This new resident goes by the name of Mumps, and they were discovered in McCormick Hall.
I knew people in McCormick had it, so I kind of was like, whoa, crap.
It's rumored that there were 3 cases of the mumps in McCormick last month.
I feel like freshmen who are moving here and getting their first sense of independence, or sophomores even, might not be conscious of the hygienic aspect of things.
Students received emails from the Marquette Health Clinic alerting them of this mumps outbreak.
Especially at the end of January and all through February. I feel like we were getting at least one a week.
The emails defined the mumps as a viral infection that causes one or more of the salivary glands to become inflamed and swollen. It also urged students without the vaccine to be extra careful. The mumps is highly contagious and also loves places where germs are easily exchanged, such as the bathroom or right here in our own dining hall. So I would definitely think twice before sharing a drink or food with your friends. McCormick wasn't enough. The mumps wanted to share their residency with Schrader Hall. Again, it's rumored that one more case made its way into Schrader. You meet new people every day, but to avoid meeting our new resident, remember that it's better to be safe than sorry. Make sure you wash your hands, get enough rest, and it's never too late to get your mumps vaccination. In the AMU, I'm Amelia Jones, MUTV. Students are encouraged to read all emails from the health clinic to stay informed about the mumps outbreak.
The Marquette University student government president is speaking out on a potential impeachment motion. Adam Kohel has sent an email to all undergraduate students Friday afternoon following a front-page story on the Marquette Tribune. Kohel says the impeachment accusations are baseless. He goes on to say the accusations are an attempt to tarnish his character and a distraction to the work that the MUSG should be doing. The time to sign up for on-campus student housing for next school year is now. The Office of Residence Life has announced that sign-up will take place on March 27th from 4 to 9:30 p.m. A $300 non-refundable deposit is required. For any questions, contact the Life of Residence Life.
Marquette boasts 8 freshman dorms on its campus. However, changes are coming to Residence Life at Marquette. MUTV's Brian Morrissey has the story.
They say that home is where the heart is.
It's like living with a bunch of your best friends.
And for over 725 Marquette students, that home is McCormick Hall.
There's a lot of people in the building, so it makes for a good time.
This co-ed dorm is beloved by freshman students looking to build relationships their first year of college.
It's very social. You got a lot of doors open. I can't picture myself living anywhere else because the community is amazing in there.
Sadly, students will no longer be able to call this hall a home. Construction on a $96 million residence hall project has already begun. 2 new residence halls will reside on the corner of 17th and Wells. Although McCormick's days are numbered, students are excited to see what the new dorms have to offer.
As much as I like McCormick and the experiences I had, I'd probably choose a new dorm.
Probably say the new dorms just because McCormick is relatively old, but you gotta live in it at least once.
Upon completion of the new halls, McCormick will be demolished, but it will not easily be forgotten. In Milwaukee, I'm Brian Morrissey, MUTV News.
The new residence hall is expected to be completed by the 2018 academic year and will house 750 co-ed students. The new complex will also be named after former Marquette president Robert Wild.
Marquette University and the Medical College of Wisconsin have announced a partnership to create a biomedical engineering department. The goal is to combine the engineering education and research expertise of Marquette with the medical research expertise of the Medical College.
The College of Education is creating a new undergraduate major. Educational Studies is an interdisciplinary major for students interested in working outside traditional classrooms. Students declaring for the new major will be able to pursue careers in informal learning environments such as zoos, recreational programs, and even museums. Students can enroll in the new major beginning this fall.
The university created a video to establish its stance on the travel ban proposed by President Trump. The video showcases provosts and mayors, as well as several students and faculty from different countries, all welcoming you to Marquette.
Justice is becoming a major topic of conversation across the country. MUTV's Max Templin tells us the story of how two Marquette fraternities are starting the conversation here on campus.
Stepping is a popular tradition practiced historically by African American fraternities. It is a dance form that unites brothers and sisters. On the evening of February 27th, Phi Beta Sigma and Sigma Lambda Beta fraternities united to take a step towards social injustice. The two groups hosted a panel discussion on the social injustices affecting the Near West Side community.
Us and the Betas got together for this event about social justice. Basically, we just want to do our part, especially now in this country, you know, with the presidency and different people getting in office. We see that there's a lot of issues that are being raised, and a lot of people have issues with some of the policies that have come out. So we're doing our part, trying to just have the discussion.
The panelists began by addressing a lack of awareness for poverty and crime in the community.
It's in a rural area. We're sitting in Marquette. Marquette is part of the Near West Side Partners. Near West Side Partners brings people monthly and shows them the neighborhood. It's a simple little thing, but you would be just surprised at how many people don't know what's going on 35th Street.
And how increasing that awareness can make all the difference.
And what this community really needs is folks, especially young people, to dig in on that one issue and never let go of it until you solve it. And take on the next one.
The resonating message from the panel? Be patient. Change doesn't happen overnight.
These things are not sprints, these are marathons. And you have to...
From Marquette University in Milwaukee, I'm Max Templin, MUTV News.
Unlike the library, the student union is one place where students are free to talk. But there is one word the student organization never wants to hear.
We try and spread awareness through Spread the Word to End the Word Week. So on campus for a week, we are tabling, and we have a big, huge banner that says Spread the Word to End the Word on it. And it's really trying to end the use of the R word. So the R word actually affects a lot of buddies in our chapter, and if you talk to any one of them and you ask them how the R word impacts them, they'll tell you how hurtful it is and how they don't like it and they don't like when people use this word. So Best Buddies, the college students, try and raise awareness by having people come and sign the banner to pledge to not use the R word.
And as I found out, there's more to Best Buddies than just getting signatures. The tables were set for a party Saturday night. But not just any party. The party to end the word. The word used in a derogative way against people like Michelle.
Is it all ready to dance?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have fun.
Oh, he's giving you a hug.
Michelle is a part of Best Buddies.
Best Buddies is SpongeBob, Dada.
She also has Down syndrome. But that does not stop her or her friends from having a good time.
Can you sing? Are you going to Yeah. Are you going to sing this year?
Yeah.
Or are you going to dance? Both songs?
And that's just what they did. From the worm to air kicks, to a gentleman's twirl. This is one place where they end the word but begin the dance moves. From Milwaukee, I'm Nicolas Delivre, MUTV News.
Weather looks like the rest of the week and into the weekend. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Seniors, listen up. Here's one way to keep your job applications out of the garbage.
And it doesn't involve taking spelling tips from the president. Hannah Kirby has the story.
Dave Nelson of Comedy Sports isn't afraid to blow his whistle, especially on grammatical errors and misspellings. And when these errors come from the Twitter account of the President of the United States,
they're Trump's dishes. I don't know what's on them.
They are no laughing matter to the self-titled grammar geek.
He could easily hand his phone over to somebody and ask, could you please check this tweet over to check for spelling errors and to give me your honest opinion of whether or not I could send it. He could do that, but he's choosing not to. And of course, when we're emotional, we make mistakes. When we're in a rush, we make mistakes. If he doesn't care enough to slow down and take his time doing that, what else does he not care enough about to slow down and take his time and make the best, most rational decisions?
Spelling errors don't just matter if you're the president. For students applying to internships and jobs outside of these hallways, a misspelling could land their resume in the trash.
It's not the State of the Union until you've been president for a year or so.
Jim Nelson from the Journal Sentinel teaches business reporting in this classroom.
Does anybody not understand this?
And does he mean business when it comes to accuracy?
Could they be making a mistake? Yes, they could be making a mistake.
It sends a terrible red flag that that they're not paying attention to detail. If you're going to turn in your resume to be an intern, or if it's a serious thing that you're turning in or making public, have your best friend who can tell you this is wrong.
From Milwaukee, I'm Hannah Kirby, MUTV News.
If your best friend isn't the best speller either, get help from Marquette University Career Services Center.
The Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity at Loyola University has been suspended as school investigates the organization for hazing. No other details about the allegation are available, but Loyola's Office of Student Conduct and Conflict Resolution will be launching an investigation.
Students may have a new food option right here on campus. Nicholas Molina has the story of the Yellow Bellies food truck.
Number 9, Thai chicken with fries and jalapeno.
For many students, lunch options are limited, but thanks to an initiative by Marquette University student government,
Hi, what can I get for you?
one truck was able to make a big statement.
Our first time out on the truck this season.
To enjoy a variety of custom sandwich options.
And we serve yummy Sammys on homemade flatbread, kind of like pita bread. All those recipes are original, and some of the sandwiches are kind of spicy, some are on the sweet side, and some are very savory.
Or simply to try the free French fries.
Hold on. And we do 2 kinds of homemade fries, and your awesome school invited us here today, and they even gave us an opportunity to give out 50 free French fries already, and we've already done it. We've had over 50 customers.
But it was more than just the fries that kept the crowds coming.
And I will call 70. Or no, sorry, that's a 10.
Maybe it was its unique name.
Well, it's a long story, but the grandpa of the food truck owner used to tell the kids that they were chicken when they were little, and they said, you're just being a yellow belly. Yeah, Gramps did. Yeah, so Gramps used to call the kids if they were, didn't want to pick up a worm or bait a hook, you're just being a yellow belly. So a chicken was the idea of a yellow belly. So we're a chicken truck.
Now, as Grandpa used to say, don't be a yellow belly, and come on down to MUSG's next Food Truck Wednesdays. From the AMU, I'm Nicholas Molina.
Nice.
MUTV
Her
News.
friend from Cedarburg told her to come.
Have any of you actually been to the Yellow Bellies food truck?
I have. I went there once last week. It was really good.
Was it really? It looks really good.
Yeah.
Have you been?
I really have to go. It seems really good.
It is. And when I was there last week, it was beautiful outside, kind of like today, but today was a little bit more windy. Today's temperature was 44 degrees with a wind chill of 37 degrees. The humidity was 43% with winds out of the west-southwest at 28 miles an hour. The almanac today was the high of 48 degrees and a low of 28 degrees. On average, it's a 40-degree high and a 25-degree low. Records for today were 77 degrees in 2000 with a low of -6 in 1960. The sunrise this morning was at 6:15 and the sunset at 5:45. Across the nation today, in Seattle it was 43 degrees, while in San Francisco it was 63. Moving over to Colorado, it was 66 degrees, and in Minneapolis, it was 29 degrees. Down in Chicago, it was 50 degrees, while in New York, it was 57. In Nashville, Tennessee, it was 66 degrees, and in Houston, Texas, it was 68 degrees, while in Atlanta, Georgia, it was 66 degrees. Across the state today, in Eau Claire, it was 22 degrees, while in Wausau, it was 29. In Green Bay, it was 34 degrees, and in our state's capital, Madison, it was 40 degrees. Here in Milwaukee, it was 44 degrees. Tonight, it'll be partly cloudy with 35 degrees and winds at 20 miles an hour. Tomorrow morning for class at 9 a.m., students, get ready because it'll be overcast with 32 degrees and winds out of the northwest at 3 miles an hour. So hold on tight to your hats tomorrow, guys. It'll be less windy than today, though, luckily.
You should have told me that like 2 hours ago. I lost my hat today.
That's great. What about you, Amelia? Did you get blown over today?
A little bit, and especially with my hair, oh my gosh, I had to put it up in a ponytail. It wasn't working.
Yeah,
it just wasn't gonna happen.
You really had to lean into your walking to class. The wind was
impossible to come and walk.
It was very, very hard.
Well, thank you, Lisa, for the weather. And Al McGuire is coming back to Milwaukee. The Milwaukee Repertory Theater is housing an encore performance of the one-man show McGuire. The show stars Tony winner and Marquette alum Anthony Crivello. McGuire is written by Emmy-winning and Hall of Fame sports broadcaster Dick Enberg, another Marquette graduate. Enberg wrote the show to celebrate legend Al McGuire, who coached the men's basketball team to the 1977 national championship.
Coming up next, Maggie Lamar has updates on the Marquette women basketball team and everything else. Marquette Sports.
Stay tuned, you're watching the 414. So it's been a big week for Marquette Sports.
Both the men's and women's basketball teams got top billing. Maggie Lamar has the details.
Thanks, guys. The Marquette women's basketball team took home their first ever Big East championship. The Golden Eagles had a tough test against top-seeded DePaul, but for the third time this season, Marquette was victorious. Natisha Heidemann had a game-high 28 points and tied a career-high with 6 threes. Sophomore Amani Wilborn was named the tournament's MVP after her second consecutive 20-point performance. Coach Carolyn Keeger was emotional after the win.
The thing that I think of right now is our players are going to remember this for the rest of their lives, and I am so happy for that. And to do it at my alma mater in front of people that I love and care about, it really is a dream come true.
Getting into the tournament, I was just thinking about the team winning, but I appreciate Coach for continuing to believe in me and just believing in my strengths, and we just pulled it out.
The ladies will find out who they play during the selection show Monday night. On over to the men's team, the Golden Eagles secured 4th place in the Big East regular season and now have a matchup with the Seton Hall Pirates in the conference tournament tomorrow. The two teams split the season series with both games decided by only 3 points. Marquette is riding into the Madison Square Garden on a 2-game winning streak to close out the season. Junior guard Andrew Rousey looks to have a great tournament to solidify why he was named the Big East Man of the Year. The Golden Eagles are currently ranked as a 10th seed according to the multiple brackets, but the only way to guarantee a spot is to copy what the women did and win it all. More trophies are coming Marquette's way thanks to the women's track and field team winning their 2nd consecutive Big East title. The Golden Eagles bested the rest of the Big East for the 2nd time in a week. Marquette trailed Villanova by 1 point heading into the final event, but the Golden Eagles came out as the top champions. 4 women finished in the top 5 for high jump, with Omo Tumishua taking first place. The men's team also took runner-up for the 3rd year in a row. And finally tonight, we take a look at a tennis coach who not only helps Marquette athletes, but also helps kids with their backhands.
If you need to practice on your swing and want a little extra help with homework, then meet Mike, the coach for the Milwaukee Tennis and Education Foundation.
Tennis goes back with me for over 40 years. I picked it up, well, I would say close to 47 years, to be honest. I picked it up when I was very young. I was out in 13, picked up a woody racket, fell in love with it. Started coaching a little bit. I coached at Milwaukee Rufus King for about 5 years, and then moved on from King to Shorewood, where I got lucky enough to find me a couple of champions, state champs, which is always a good thing. It's a mark of you did your job well.
And coaching isn't the only job Mike did well.
Then I had kids.
Mike taught his children tennis very young, and him and his daughter have been coming to Marquette's rec center ever since.
You know, I want to spread the love around, spread the joy, so I figured I'd launch a few things in the area of tennis.
And now he wants to share his passion for tennis with his community, both inside and outside of the classroom. One thing he wouldn't be able to do without the help of Marquette sophomore Bill Conley.
So I'm going to run it until they puke, I guess.
That's a good start.
Literally, they get mad.
But they will be thanking Will in the classroom, where they go each Friday after practice and again on Sunday. From the Healthcare Rec Center, I'm James Reagan, MUTV News.
Well, that's all the Marquette sports in 3 minutes or less. Now let's send it back over to Amelia and Nicholas.
Thanks, Maggie. Well, not everything in sports deals with wins and losses. Sometimes a sport can mean a lot more.
Women's soccer is the off-season, but that doesn't stop few superfans from cheering on MU sports all year long. MUTV's John Hand has the story.
Few things are guaranteed for the Marquette women's soccer team when they take the field. One thing is for sure, however, the Johnson family will be in attendance. The Johnsons started bringing their daughters Abigail and Kate to top soccer events several years ago.
I think it's probably a good 5, 6, 7, 8 years maybe.
Top soccer gives Abigail and Kate the chance to play like any other kid. Marquette head coach Marcus Roders noticed the Johnsons and couldn't help but feel a personal connection.
Our family we have a disabled son who's 20. You know, personally, I think you understand. You put yourself in the shoes and you have a better feeling for what the parents, what shoes they're in. They're part of our team. You know, they're like super fans.
While some are identified by their disability, the Johnsons have chosen to defy theirs.
She's never regressed, so we just live life and just enjoy life, take them to events.
Events like Marquette women's soccer and basketball games. And although such big fans, you'll never hear them cheering.
You know, these guys are nonverbal. So we can have like a 10-minute conversation with the Golden Eagle, who's obviously nonverbal.
Abigail and Kate's disability has also helped form an unbreakable family bond.
There's a huge divorce rate in the disability community, unfortunately. But you know, for us, it's had kind of the opposite. It's really drawn us together as a family.
As the women's futsal tournament winds down, the Johnsons put on their coats and head over to the Al McGuire Center to watch the women's basketball team in the Big East tournament. The game is about to tip off. The Johnsons settle in.
Looking good. Got your beads on.
Part of one community.
Tattoos.
One family. From the Al McGuire Center, I'm John Hand, Marquette Wire Sports.
Thanks for joining us. We'll be off for spring break, but don't worry, we'll be back again on March 29th.
Have a great spring break.